Nintendo update for May 10th. Since the launch of the Nintendo Switch, there have been two main complaints. One is the placement of the charger port, and two is the kickstand. Nintendo is kind of fixing both of those with a Nintendo Switch charging stand, which is adjustable. On Wednesday, Nintendo announced that the Switch stand will release on July 13th and will cost $20. The design of this thing is actually really interesting. I'll put a link to an article in the description of the podcast, but basically, it looks like a phone charger stand that has a charging port built in on the bottom. So kind of like a charging stand for your phone. You place your Switch on that, plug in the AC adapter in the side of the stand, and you're ready to go. This makes it much easier to play the Switch in tabletop mode while charging. Before, you'd have to do this weird setup where you either get like a stand that raises it above, and it really isn't most of them aren't really that adjustable, and most of them are actually very flimsy. But now we have an official solution to this problem. I think if you play your Switch in tabletop mode more than I'd say the average player, this is definitely worth it. If you're more of I either play it docked or I play it on the go, where I charge where I can, I don't think this is a huge thing for you, unless of course you're interested in the adjustable stand. The adjustable stand is actually such a great thing because, let's face it, the kickstand that is included on the Switch isn't that great. You have to be really careful about where you place it to actually get it to work, but this will fix that for you on July 13th. That's about it for this episode of Nintendo Update. Much shorter episode today. Wanted to bring this out, but I think it is a cool story for people who play on tabletop mode a ton, or they play at someone's house maybe where they don't the person's house doesn't have a Switch, so they don't have a dock to charge or play on the TV. So this would be a good location, or this would be a good purchase for those kind of situations. I think it's a good purchase maybe if to add to your collection of Nintendo Switch accessories, because let's face it, you probably have a lot. I know I have a lot. But that's about it for this episode. You can go to our website, RageStart.com. Leaving a review is a super great way to help us out. It lets other people know that you enjoy the podcast and that the podcast is growing. So iTunes raises it in the search. It's a really great way to support us. You can follow us on Twitter at RageStartNet. You can follow us on Facebook, Facebook.com/RageStart. And you can support us on Patreon, Patreon.com/RageStart. We have different tiers for that. So if you want to support us at certain levels, you can get exclusive early access to new shows and many more bonuses. Thank you all so much for listening. I've been your host, Sage Goodwin. Nintendo Update is here for your grind.